You know, seeing a lot of these guys coming from Canada. I remember when we started the Raptors and we wanted to grow, little babies like this and have them grow up to be champions and men and everything. And seeing these two guys, be champions, but especially what SGA has done, as not only a leader and a champion and a person, right? Growing up in Canada and doing the thing, I want to shout out to the Raptors for what we started, what we built, and you watching it and coming up and having this moment.
Absolutely.
So I got to say that, and Jay Will, way to get off.
Yeah, congratulations, J-Dub, Shea Gilgeous Alexander as well. Almost did it, right?
On the Michelobes.
So, SGA, right, take us through your journey. You traded here 2019 and now sitting here as an NBA champion. That journey, what this means to you, this moment as a Finals MVP.
Yeah, it's been a lot of ups and downs. Nights where I was like dreading competing just because like we were losing so much. And I think what's helped me get through it all is like the front office and coach, just like always prioritizing winning habits. Like no matter what, if it was me and 4 G League guys out there, like no matter what, they held me to a high standard of behaving like a winner out there on the basketball court and off the basketball court. And now those are my habits, and nobody can take those from me because those two guys were hard on me with that. And now, obviously, they did those with the rest of the group, and that's why we got here. But those two guys have been very impressive throughout the ups and downs on prioritizing what it takes to win, and they're a big reason why we got here.
My biggest question is, it's rare, and I've had the opportunity to play with 2 elite alpha male, extremely good people, extremely competitors, like elite competitors, in Braun and Kyrie, and I see a lot of that in you two. What is it about each other that you push each other in practice, that you push each other? Listen, you champs, so you in rare air.
Yes.
So listen, when
that's how we talk about you now.
Crazy.
Right, we have to. It does sound crazy, but you're a champion. Nothing. This is one of the best teams we have watched all year. One of the best teams we've ever seen all year. And then there are certain games where you don't play up to standard, and then it's not 2 games, 3 games. The next game, you go back better, right? Like, and me and Smitty and we talked about this. The spin move you pulled out today, were you watching film on Neesmith and Nemar? You didn't do that all 6 games, and now all of a sudden today you do that every single time. They put that knee on your back.
Yeah, I definitely was watching film.
I knew it.
They were like very physical on my drives when they were bumping me, and I like to be physical as well on my drives, and they were timing it really well all series.
Yeah.
And my coach, like my skills coach, Daniel Mitchell, we talk a lot, and he just like threw a nugget out there and was like, yo, remember like the bump spin we work on? And I was like, yeah. And it clicked at that moment. I was like, that's what's been missing. And I got free a couple times.
Yeah.
I was able to turn into space, find my teammates, shoot my pull-up. But yeah, all those, it's a chess match out there, especially when you get to this level.
Yeah.
And those little things help. So yeah, shout out to Coach, putting the tools in my basket.
Yeah, sorry.
Jalen, the question I have for you guys, I'm looking at you guys.
Stop it, big dog.
The success you guys had last year, obviously first seed, and then you come up a little bit short. What was you two guys' mindset and conversations last summer to get to be champions this summer?
For me, it's just like we always have like good dialogue of like you can never get too high or too low, and like nothing's ever as good or as bad as it seems. So like we go into it, nobody expects us to be the 1 seed throughout the whole entire year. We get into the playoffs, it's everybody's like first playoff experience. So instead of hanging our heads, we just looked at stuff we could work on and get better. And then basketball has a weird way of showing you the same thing that you get last year to see if you improved, and we were able to do that throughout this series. So a lot of stuff I saw my first playoff run, I was used to it, I was ready for it. I worked on it in the summer and got to this point, and I was ready.
Most teams and most people have the saying of don't get too high, don't get too low, stay even keel. And we were here game 1 when you guys lost game 1. And we watched all of you walk by, and all of you had the same kind of attitude like, okay, we lost, game's over, we'll learn from it and get better. Is that something that's discussed in the locker room, or that's just something that all of you just have?
Probably both. I think it's been discussed in the locker room so much, like especially throughout my 3 years here, that it's kind of like ingrained in us. And then, like I said, basketball has a crazy way of like showing you some life skills, because that same exact thing happened in Denver, and we had to adjust to that. So Denver hits a game winner on game 1. We can't panic there. Obviously, we go to 7 here, and then we literally had the exact same series up until this point with the same one. So we just got to learn the lessons each time it happens, and I think we do a good job at it.
You know, Shay, one of the things that being around you, seeing you when you won the MVP award and your speech and how emotional you were about your family. Then Isaiah and I, we've had the privilege of running into your father a few times this past week, right? And understanding how close you are with all of your family members. Can you take us behind the curtain and how important it is for you in your journey in being here at the NBA Finals and hoisting this trophy, and what all of those people mean to you?
Yeah. Like, I sacrificed a lot to get here. But, like, nobody sacrificed more than my family to help me get here. This was my dream and my goal. And they all put their, I guess, dreams, goals, aspirations aside so that I could achieve mine. And there's no way to pay that back besides love. And that's all that is. I know that I'm not here. I'm not the man and the basketball player, the father, the husband I am without my family and the people in my inner circle. They help shape who I am. And this win is, like I said up on the podium, it's not a win just for me. It's a win for the whole family and everyone in my corner.
Question I have for you guys, Sam Presti, I was with him in San Antonio. You know, you get talent, but y'all have talent and character. Can you talk about what Sam Presti has brought in year after year for you guys to get to this point?
The most impressive thing Sam does is he doesn't just, like, he brings in character. He doesn't just bring in basketball players. Like, everyone that's come on the team, everyone that's been a part of the team, whether it's trade, whether it's draft, whether it's free agency, they all fit in like a glove, like seamlessly. And that is what you guys see out there. You guys see us connected no matter who's on the floor. You guys see us going on runs. You guys see us coming back from deficits. It's because the characters in the room and who he's built this team around. And yeah, if he's not the best ever to do it, I don't know who is. So, hell of a GM.
Oh, my.
Oh, look at what we got here. The Finals MVP trophy in front of us.
Like he just
Wait,
Uber Eats this thing.
Hold on. There's something that you said.
No, 2?
3, yeah.
What was the other one?
Western Conference.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Look, there's something you said on the podium that I want you to repeat for our audience and what this means to you, but also to him as well.
Like, throughout the history of the NBA, like, there's no one-man champion. You need every number one needs a number two, every Batman needs a Robin. And especially after last year, the world thought he couldn't achieve what he's achieved this postseason run.
Yes, yes.
And without him, we would not be champions. I wouldn't have this award. I wouldn't have the Western Conference award. I probably wouldn't be MVP. And that's why I said on the podium that, like, this award is just as much his as it is mine. We're connected now, forever for life. So don't ever think of ditching me. We're like this, forever.
I'm cool.
It's my brother.
I got a quick question just for you. When was that moment that, you know, sometimes you're like the superstar. Am I overstepping my bounds? Am I being too aggressive? Was there a moment this season where he was like, man, you got to go. We're not going to win if you're not your best self. Was that this year? Was it last year? When was that? When did you hear that? Okay.
Yeah,
they were like,
year
hey,
in
man, we
Dallas.
need you to rock.
It was really him. I can't lie. Like, even when we were like, it's hard to, like, for me, it was like hard to like have that much responsibility, like going into your first playoffs, and for him to like kind of be like, hey, you can do it, and like push through it. I think that was big, and I work out with him in the summer too, so like you get to see like why he's that good, and I feel like that definitely pushed my game. And then like during the year, he just kind of let me rock. Like you said, we're bonded. He let me go, and I'm definitely gonna let him go. so
you got no choice, brother.
You got no choice.
We appreciate you guys. Let's throw the accolades on their names and what
Don't
they
worry about
accomplished this season. Scoring title, MVP, Finals MVP. You said it, Channing, right there on your screen. And hold on, J-Dub, your year, All-Star, All-NBA, All-Defensive Team, and champion as well. Certainly a great year for you.
Oh, and he's 23 years old, by the way.
Don't get greedy.
And he's 19, by the way.
My age.
Shea Butter in the house with that one.